Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, man open. That's Jamar Chase, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready?
Here's Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the 1st down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the 1st down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Again, it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. 2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the counter, Elliott. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go to Elliott again. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
4th down, Prescott. And this one is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Working the middle here. That's complete to Sample, the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And last time they were stopped on fourth down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on fourth down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision, because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was fourth down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away. Well,
they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle. On 2nd and 9. Burrow looking middle, and it's incomplete. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Now Burrow. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs.
This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. A dump off to Elliott. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Inside give to Elliott. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that will keep the deficit at 20.
It's hard to be surprised in the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that poster out there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
On the move to his left. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And again, it's Prescott. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now Elliott. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Rush coming and he's taken down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some...
Now Burrow loses the football, and the Cowboys have recovered. So potentially a big turnaround brewing to begin this third quarter as this defense forces a much-needed turnover.
Yeah, this is a team starting to work in concert now, right? They went out and got a touchdown to start the second half, and now they get the football right back.
And now here come the Cowboys. They take over already inside the red zone thanks to a great return there after the fumble. 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. Again, it's Elliott. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now to this point. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Pollard will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there on a Bengal 1st.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 1st down gains.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Short throw underneath to Hurst.
Now, coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Burrow on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy 1st.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give to Elliott. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll set up a throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And they went. Way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bag play.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Elliott. And he slips. Past the 45 before being tackled. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And even 150 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They go to Elliott again. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A first down carry by Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. We've now seen 3 consecutive 1-yard gains, and it brings up 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Now Prescott. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 12. 37 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Big 13.
Throwing, Burrow. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
A final shot now for Burrow. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we...
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 29, Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Now Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Throwing, Jones. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Off the play fake. Jones. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard, and he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Jones, he dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Inside give to Elliott. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Again, it's Elliott. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the fourth down conversion. This is Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. And even 50 yards for Tony Pollard. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. James has got it. Complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. Forced out to his left. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. And he had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. On the slant, complete to Bellinger. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw again. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
His pass caught at the 4. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Jones now to throw on 2nd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Anthony Barr, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the 1st half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he gets it down to the 32. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to be marked down very close to the 1st down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. I'm looking down from our booths. You can tell this crowd wants him to go for it right now.
And believe me, he knows it.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there, too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones to Barkley on the check down. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jones to Galladay there for a Giant first. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now Jones on 1st and 10. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
To throw again on second down. Jones to the right and complete to Galladay. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Jones on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he wisely will throw that one away. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Operating from the gun, Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
116 yards rushing now for Zeke, and he's got a first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A give to Elliott. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. From the 41, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try. Now Prescott. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing again on second down. Jones. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's going to let it fly. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. And even 150 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They go to Elliott again, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Throwing here, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, this is the National Football League. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Carson Wentz.
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Prescott now from the 50. Being chased out left. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
On second down, Elliott.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
42. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's third and short. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
48 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from a yard out.
And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Wentz now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. From midfield, here's Wentz. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now Wentz signaling, and the ball is knocked out.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
On third down, here's Gibson.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called. Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Final play of the half. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So we have come to halftime here in...
All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
7 yards there and a 1st down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Inside give to Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
The give is to Elliott, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, Elliott. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
So Wentz and the Commanders
down 8-0. 1:45 to play. And the 4th down stop gives him a new lifeline, at least for the moment. Back to throw, Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line.
Wentz throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Wentz to throw. Thomas brings it in. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To throw is Wentz. Out left to Dotson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Now he's flushed out left. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.